G'day everyone, it's Calvin from Shedding Sheep, New Zealand. We're going to do an update video on the shedding of these ewes. Now I did a video a month ago at the beginning of October. It's now the end of October. My ewes have been a little bit tight down in the gully, my main mob, and I brought them up to clean up around the house, and we'll have a look at the shedding and how it's changed in that time. We'll also check out the ewes that got a bit of extra special treatment, see how they're shedding, and then we're going to have to pop down the road. I want to check on my hoggets because I got offered to clean up a lifestyle block, so I'm going to pop down and have a look at them there, and we'll have a look at those ones too. So the shedding of the sheep is subject to quite a number of factors. We got genetics, we got the environmental conditions, the amount of feed they're getting, the amount of work that those sheep are doing. Also a little bit to do with the age of them. It will alter over the age. It will alter as sheep are a different age. Now this little guy here, I showed him in the last video. He had a little bit around his neck, so that's Granny. This little guy was born a triplet, but he's being reared as a single, and we'll see Millie, his sister, later on. You can see he's shedding incredibly well. Now I am at 1,110 feet above sea level, so I'm quite high. Might not look it, you can't see my altitude in a video, but it also takes a little bit longer here to warm up. Yeah, this one is number 9, the ewe, starting to clean up with the lamb. Big single, hasn't started shedding at all. We're going around. Number 5 is working really hard. She's got a pair of twins. Those are going to be her twins right there, those blue tags. And so my ewes, and some of them are looking quite scruffy, some of them are looking really good. There's Monster. Monster's got this little tiny single. She's not doing much work, she's not feeding that lamb much, but she's dropped her fleece quite early. And it's a real pity that she can't rear a good lamb. So this is an unmated hogget. She hasn't done a lot of work. She's got a reasonable shed going on. She was a little bit later born, and that tends to affect them even later on, I find. We'll find some earlier born ones and we'll find that they are completely shed. Right, this fatty here. So this ewe here, you can see she's got a very, very short wool on her anyway, and her lamb is shedding off. Now that lamb is born a single, so it's getting a lot of feed from mum. It's doing quite well, though not as well as it should be. It should be much bigger considering the condition of the ewe. She's a bit disappointing, this ewe. She's a lovely looking ewe, and she will shed beautifully. She gets a little bit of a dirty back end, and then she rears single lambs. Hey big boy, that's my biggest lamb right there. And the ewe that's rearing him is nothing special. She's a bit slight, but she can rear lambs. Look at that. Right, there's one of the unmated hoggets at the back there. Yes, girls. There's 2 of them. So those 2, you can see the one at the back over here has actually got a second shed on the back end there. She's had the first shed and she's dropping that second layer of down. Of course, she's done no work. She's just been growing. She hasn't reared a lamb. Now with my flock, it's quite unusual for the lambs to be shedding really, really early. There's an inclusion of a little bit of Aussie white, which they often take a little bit more to shed as well. There's one. So this ewe here, she's rearing a nice big single lamb, and you see she's shed up pretty well. It's not in your nose, girl. And then this one over here is rearing twins. She's got a little bit of fluff on, but she's doing really well. Those are her 2 twins there. They're lovely lambs, again late born. our fluffy back. Now I've kept this one because she does actually rear quite a good lamb. She's over the back here. And she had full shedding parents, but she just hasn't dropped her wool. And I don't know whether she's going to do it this year either. Hey girls, g'day. So here are the girls that got a little bit of extra treatment. They had the twins on them. So this girl doesn't carry much wool anyway. Lovely pair of twins on her. She's perked up. But she's just starting, you can see the wool's just starting to come loose on the side. And my old girl here, she's had enough of lambs. She's not really doing much to feed them now. They're really just getting a bit of emotional support from her. She hasn't lost any wool, but this one is going down to nothing. Last time we saw her, she was just starting on her rump, but now, as you can see, she's lost a lot of her wool. Now, I actually showed Lulu's mum in the video just a little bit earlier. She was very well shed, but this one hasn't shed quite as well. She's come through a little bit more on the Aussie white. We'll see how she goes over the summer. I mean, she's actually more hairy in her coat. Well, underneath the wool there's a lot of hair. Can you stop eating my camera? Thank you. So I'm down seeing my hog mob. They're down at a neighbour's place and they've got a bit of work to do. There's some grass they've got to clean up. But right now we're in the orchard. This is Hope. So she's doing this shed. She goes quite low. She's got the lamb with the funny foot. He was born with funny feet. And you can see that left front, there's something going on. He's got a bit of an infection down there. But he's standing on it again and moving again, so I'm happy about that. We've got this girl, that's Whippet. She didn't shed fully as a lamb, but you can see she's about to just drop that coat. Just blowing in the breeze on the other side, there's a big clod. Number 81. So her mum sheds really well. Oh, go back to Whippet. Whippet! Yeah, see, big lots of shedding happening there. Number 72. So she's dropped a whole lot since she's been down here. How do you go? Hey, Crystal. So Crystal's really interesting. She shed the main body as a lamb, but she didn't shed this piece here. And now she's dropped that first. It's had a break. And away it goes. And these girls are on lots of feed, as you can see. So that will help their shedding, because the shedding is, of course, part of the environmental effect. You know, partly that, partly the genetics and the nutrition. We've looked at you, haven't we? what have we got in here? So these two at the end over here, those two, that one and that one, so that one and that one are older. That one's going down the neck, but they don't carry much wool anyway. And that one's running twins, so she had triplets. That one's only got a single. 103 there, she's having a shed on the side. And now this girl, she's just gone and dropped everything. She's absolutely just peeled everything off. Haven't you, miss? And Miss Shaggy Baggy over there, she's actually full Wiltshire. Her mum shed beautifully, and she's going to peel a lot of that wool off. She doesn't shed everything as a lamb, but she's certainly going to shed everything as a two-tooth. Probably just after she's weaned all her lambs. When I put the girls in this paddock, it was pretty much it was taller than the lambs, and the ewes' heads poked out. It was about all that had poked out. Hey, but they're doing a really good job cleaning up this place. Good girl. See ya.